Love the Eagles as much as we do? Then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama, updates, and hype all season long. The NFL rumor mill is buzzing louder than ever, and at the center of the storm is one name, Tristan Wirfs. Yes, that same Tristan Wirfs who has been an absolute anchor on the offensive line, the kind of player who makes quarterbacks sleep easier at night and running backs look more explosive than ever. And now, if the whispers and the reports flying around the league are true, Wirfs has just given the Philadelphia Eagles a nod. Imagine that. One of the most dominant offensive linemen in football potentially sliding into an already stacked Eagles roster. Fans are losing their minds. Rival teams are already bracing for impact, and analysts everywhere are struggling to keep up with the weight of what this could mean for the NFC picture. Philadelphia has always prided itself on trench warfare, on building lines that crush opponents in the most fundamental part of the game. And if Wirfs really says yes, this isn't just a boost, it's a statement of intent. The chatter coming out of locker rooms, front offices, and sports bars is all the same. If this becomes official, the balance of power might tilt sharply in favor of Philly. The interesting thing about this story is not only the possibility itself, but the way it's being talked about across the NFL community. When a player of Wirfs' caliber is linked to a new home, the conversation doesn't just stay on social media or in the headlines. It trickles all the way down to the psychology of teams. Think about it. Defensive coordinators are probably already reworking their whiteboards, trying to figure out how to generate pressure against an offensive line that could now feature Lane Johnson, Jason Kelce's successor, and Tristan Wirfs all lined up together. That's a nightmare scenario for anyone who has to design blitz packages. And then there's the fan side of it. Philadelphia is one of the most passionate fan bases in the entire league. The moment this rumor dropped, message boards, podcasts, and even street conversations in South Philly probably shifted their tone from cautious optimism to full-on championship visions. This is the kind of rumor that energizes a city, and that's why it matters so much. It's more than football. It's about belief and momentum. Of course, some people are skeptical, and they have every reason to be. Rumors fly every offseason, and sometimes there's smoke without fire, planted stories meant to sway negotiations or raise leverage in contract talks. Could this be one of those? Could Wirfs' camp be using Philadelphia's name to gain more ground with Tampa Bay or another team lurking in the shadows? Possibly. The NFL is as much about business strategy as it is about X's and O's. But the thing that makes this rumor different is the sheer volume of people confirming it. It's not just one insider with a questionable record or a random blog. It's multiple sources hinting that this could actually happen. Combine that with the fact that the Eagles have both the financial structure and the competitive window to make such a bold move, and suddenly it stops feeling like idle chatter. Suddenly it feels like something brewing under the surface, something real. That's why even the skeptics aren't dismissing it outright. They know when the smoke is this thick, the fire isn't far behind. Let's step back for a second and think about what this would mean historically. The Eagles, over the past few years, have carefully constructed an identity rooted in dominance at the line of scrimmage. Their offensive line has often been regarded as one of the best in football, with Lane Johnson and Jason Kelce as cornerstone leaders. But as time passes, as legends get older, franchises must plan for continuity. Wirfs stepping into that environment doesn't just give the Eagles short-term security. It sets them up for years to come. He's young, athletic, technically sound, and already battle-tested in big games. If you were designing the prototypical lineman to extend the Eagles' philosophy into the next decade, Wirfs would be that guy. Think about the potential ripple effect. Jalen Hurts would have more time. The run game would open up wider lanes, and defenses would have to backpedal instead of charging forward. It's the type of move that not only strengthens a team, but reshapes how opponents approach them. That's why this rumor is so explosive, because it carries implications far beyond one roster spot. And here's the part people are whispering about in private. This isn't just about football fit, it's about culture. Philadelphia has built a reputation for toughness, resilience, and never backing down. Tristan Wirfs embodies those qualities. Watch his tape, and you'll see a player who doesn't just block. He imposes his will. He breaks the spirit of defenders across from him. That's Philadelphia football in its purest form. And fans know it. That's why so many are excited, because this isn't just a potential free agent signing or a casual roster move. It feels like destiny aligning. If Wirfs chooses Philadelphia, he's not only choosing a new chapter in his career, he's choosing to tie himself to a city that loves warriors, that reveres grit and grind. And in return, he'll get a fan base that lifts him higher, that chants his name every Sunday, that makes him part of their identity. That's the emotional pull of this rumor, and it's why it resonates so deeply beyond stats and contracts. But as the rumor spreads, the question remains, what's next? Is there an official announcement coming soon, or are we stuck in this limbo of speculation for a while longer? The Eagles' front office is notoriously tight-lipped, and they won't let anything slip until they're ready. But sometimes, silence speaks volumes. The fact that Philadelphia hasn't rushed to deny the reports or deflect attention might be its own clue. And Wirfs himself hasn't exactly poured cold water on the speculation. Every pause, every vague comment, every little sign is being dissected by fans desperate for confirmation. And that's what makes this story so compelling. It's not just the possibility of Wirfs joining the Eagles. It's the way the entire narrative is unfolding like a suspense movie. Everyone is on edge, waiting for the next development, waiting to see if this massive piece of the puzzle falls into place. And until it does, the NFL world will keep buzzing, because this rumor has legs, and it's running fast. The chatter about Tristan Wirfs and the Eagles is now more than just a rumor. It's becoming the kind of conversation that defines an off-season. Around coffee shops, locker rooms, and media shows, the energy is palpable. You can almost hear the anticipation in the way people bring it up. Did you hear Wirfs said yes? It's the kind of phrase that spreads like wildfire. And the funny thing is, even without a press conference or a photo op with an Eagles jersey in hand, fans are treating it like it's already official. The fan-made edits are everywhere. Tristan Wirfs in that bold midnight green, helmet tilted, ready for war. It feels so real that people are already debating which side of the line he'll dominate from, who benefits most from his arrival, and whether this solidifies the Eagles as NFC favorites. This isn't just speculation anymore. It's a movement of belief. And movements like this have power. They change the psychology of entire teams and cities. Philadelphia thrives on energy, and this rumor has become the lifeblood of every conversation, every sports radio segment, every late-night debate. When you look at the Eagles' roster construction, the timing of this rumor makes even more sense. This isn't a team searching for its identity. It's a team refining it, sharpening its weapons for another deep playoff run. The offensive line has been a point of pride for years, but everyone knows you can never invest enough in the trenches. Injuries happen, seasons are long, and great defenses always find ways to test weak links. By potentially bringing in Wirfs, the Eagles aren't just adding depth, they're adding dominance. Imagine stacking him next to Lane Johnson, bookending a line with two absolute monsters who can neutralize pass rushers and bully defensive lines into submission. That kind of setup is every offensive coordinator's dream. It means Jalen Hurts has the luxury of time in the pocket. It means the run game, already dangerous, could become nearly unstoppable. And most importantly, it means the Eagles can dictate terms in every matchup, playing their brand of football without compromise. That's why people are calling this move a potential dynasty shifter. The most fascinating angle is what this does to the rest of the NFC. Dallas Cowboys fans, for example, are already panicking online, posting about how unfair it would be to face an Eagles line fortified by Wirfs. Washington and New York fans, too, are groaning, seeing the gap widen between them and Philadelphia. Rivalries in the NFL are built on hope, on the belief that your team can close the distance. But if Wirfs really puts on the Eagles jersey, that hope starts to shrink dramatically. And beyond the NFC East, think about teams like the 49ers, who pride themselves on ferocious defensive fronts. Suddenly, their matchups with Philly take on a whole new narrative, because what once looked like even battles in the trenches might tilt in the Eagles' favor. That's how impactful one player can be. Wirfs isn't just an addition. He's a shift in competitive balance. And when the league realizes that it won't just be fans reacting. It'll be coaches recalculating entire strategies. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. But rumors like this also bring pressure. If Wirfs really said yes, then the Eagles front office has to deliver, because once the expectation is out there, fans won't accept anything less. Philadelphia supporters are passionate, loyal, but they're also demanding. They know the potential of their team, and they won't tolerate seeing a dream scenario slip away. That puts general manager Howie Roseman in an interesting spot. He's known for pulling off blockbuster moves, for thinking several steps ahead of everyone else, and for seizing opportunities that other franchises let slide. If Wirfs is truly in play, Roseman knows he has to finish the job. Because if the Eagles don't land him, the backlash won't be kind. Fans will see it as a missed chance to cement dominance, and the hype that built up will turn into frustration. That's the double-edged sword of rumors. They ignite excitement, but they also raise the bar of expectation. And in a city like Philadelphia, that bar is sky high. Still, even with all the risks, the potential reward is just too tantalizing. Wirfs is not a luxury piece. He's a foundational player. Offensive linemen of his caliber are rare, and when you have the chance to secure one, you don't hesitate. This isn't about chasing headlines or satisfying fans. It's about building a sustainable winning formula. And that's what makes this rumor feel so believable. The Eagles aren't reckless. They're calculated. Every move they make ties back to their core philosophy of winning at the line of scrimmage. So when people hear that Wirfs said yes, it doesn't sound far-fetched. It sounds like the natural next step for a franchise that refuses to let its window close. And if it becomes reality, it won't just be a signing. It'll be the kind of defining move that fans look back on years from now and say, that was the moment everything changed. For now, the league waits. Fans scroll endlessly, refreshing feeds, searching for that official confirmation. Reporters dig for scraps, every little clue dissected and spun into new headlines. Opponents prepare in silence, probably hoping the rumor fizzles out before it turns into fact. And in Philadelphia, the energy builds. It feels like the calm before the storm, the moment just before the breaking news shakes everything. Whether it happens today, tomorrow, or weeks from now, the Wirfs to Eagles saga is already a landmark story of this offseason. It shows how a single rumor can ignite hope, fear, and speculation across the league. And it reminds us all why we love this sport so much. Because football isn't just about the games on Sunday. It's about the stories that carry us through the week, the whispers that fuel dreams, and the possibilities that make us believe anything can happen. Tristan Wirfs saying yes to the Eagles is one of those stories, and until the ink dries on a contract, the entire NFL will keep watching, waiting, and wondering. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.